What's up, everybody? We are running late as hell for this load right here. Nah, just kidding. We're not that late. We will be late if we don't get our butts over there, though, for sure. But we are not late as of right now, so we are still good. We are still green. Going to make this load on time. All right. I can't say that they gave us enough time to get down here. You see, never give you enough time, especially this broker that I'm working with. Shout out to Joseph, by the way. Joseph's a great broker, man. He run you like crazy, but he don't give you no time to get there. Joseph will look at you there and he'll see that, okay, you got this many driving hours, you need to take this much of a break. So I'm telling you right now, if you do not work with Joseph, you do not leave. Like say if you're taking a 10-hour break and once that thing gets 10 hours, if you ain't doing a pre-trip for 10 minutes, let's say you let that thing run to 11 hours off duty, you ain't gonna make the fucking time on time, man. Joseph will run you to death. But hey, that's what I like, man. I mean, that's why I'm here, right? I mean, I like to run. I like to make some money. So big shout out to Joseph right there. I ain't gave you his last name because he might get trouble for this, but Joseph, you listening to me, man? Love you, dog. I love you. But for real, man, today we are going to be talking about getting your own truck, investing in your own truck, becoming an owner-operator, and also owning your own company and getting your own authority, man. What you need to do to prepare to get your own truck, and what's it like to actually run a business with your own trucks. You run a trucking company, you know, or I should say a small trucking company, because the bigger you get, a little bit differently that you need to run it. How to get the systems in place. So we're going to be talking a little bit about all of that right now. All right, so let's get it. Alright guys, so just going over my fuel bill for the week. It is Wednesday, started on Sunday, and I'm just looking over everything as far as fuel this week. Alright guys, so yeah, not very pleased with my my fuel bill for this week. So as you can see, I have this folder here, right? This folder got all my trip on there, and on the back here is my fuel prices that I've used for the week. This is how I keep track of everything and what I've used for the week. And you can see on Sunday I fueled up in Clint, Texas for $325.77, and then over there in Three Rivers, Texas for $198. You can see this loads right here. I didn't put many gallons, I only got 70 gallons. That was enough to get me to McAllen and back up to the QT up there on in San Antonio. But then you got San Antonio, the quick trip, the QT over there. Spent $314.50 there. And then I went to El Paso, stayed the night there. This morning I fueled in Vado, New Mexico for $356. So that brings us to a grand total of $1,194.32. So cannot stress this enough that, you know, you guys need to be keeping track of what you guys are spending out here. As far as y'all going to Love's and Pilot and stuff, if you're an owner operator, probably not a smart thing to do. Going hitting up the Love's, I think the price here in Phoenix, dude, is ridiculous expensive. It's like $2.85 per gallon. All right guys, it's very important for you guys to, especially if you're an owner operator, if you're a company driver, it really don't matter, man. Just I'd hit up the Loves and the Pilots all the time if I was a company driver. But as far as owner operators go, you guys need to be looking at your costs. You need to be nickel and diamond, saving every single penny that you can. Don't go crazy with the fuel. You guys do not need to be going to Loves and Pilots and stuff like that. I really don't care if they give you free showers. I know the main streets and certain truck stops, you know, they do have showers as long as you fuel up. I think it's like 70 gallons or something with them. They'll give you a shower for sure. I think all the ones that I go to, you know, you just show them your fuel receipt where you've got at least 70 gallons. and they'll give you a shower for the night, all right? So, you know, whenever you're an owner-operator, you need to be looking at things like that. You need to be keeping track of all expenses, okay? Just like that San Antonio. Over in San Antonio, if I was to go to Love's and Pilot, the price for diesel there is $2.78 per gallon, all right? Now, if I would have fueled at the Love's, I would have spent $50 more, which would have brought me out to like $3.70 something on that fuel up. All right, so I saved an entire $50 by going to the Quick Trip, sucking it up, not taking a shower for the night, but I saved 50 bucks, right? I can use that 50 bucks for something else. I can actually take that $50 and you know, go pay for a $12 shower at, you know, Pilot or something. I still saved a lot of money, all right? You guys need to be thinking about things like that. As far as, you know, that $50 could, you know, may not seem like a lot, but you fuel up, you know, like that for, you know, 4 or 5 times a week. It adds up, trust me, it adds up to a ton of money. All right, guys, so I have been driving trucks since 2014. I've owned a few trucks myself, currently owning trucks and running a real estate company out of El Paso, Texas, also an investment firm where we, you know, buy houses and rent units out. So I know a little bit or two about running a business and running a successful business, all right, and making a good profit margin while running those businesses, all right? I see too many businesses that get started and, you know, that they're trying to get work and they're trying to get business, and especially in the real estate game, I see this all the time. People's profit margins are terrible. Right? I feel that, you know, as far as business goes, really setting out systems and structuring your business correctly is the best way to make sure that you have the best profit margin possible, okay? And that goes along with what I was talking about earlier with fuel prices. I just kind of brought that up just to introduce the video, to get you guys' mouth wet for a little bit about what we're going to be talking about in this video, all right? So, structuring your business and nickeling and diming everything. You need to know where every single penny of your money is going to, all right, when owning a business, all right? You can't just go out there and start spending money left and right, because I'm telling you right now, if you do that, you will go broke very, very quickly. And I'm telling you that your business will fail, all right? That's without a doubt, it's gonna fail. And it doesn't matter if you're making millions of dollars a year, if you go out there and blatantly spend without knowing where your money is going to, and you can't track your money, you will go broke very quickly. And I'm telling you, I guarantee that you will not be in business very long. So guys, I know it is everybody's, if you're a truck driver, it's like your dream, especially you guys that have been doing it long enough, to actually own your own truck one day, all right? And that's a good goal to have in mind, all right? Don't get me wrong, that's an excellent goal to have, is to own your own equipment. But those of you that want to buy your own truck, all right, there's a little, if you guys want to be successful and actually make it in this business, all right, you guys should always stick to a plan, all right? And I'm here to tell you exactly what you need to do to make sure that you guys stay in business and maximize your profits. The first thing that you need to do, and I don't condone anybody going out there and financing a first truck, all right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do, you know, leverage your money to actually make that investment. But I say save, 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 all right? I tell everybody this, anybody that wants to get into owning a piece of equipment to make more money with it, as far as a truck goes, I say save your money as much as you can, okay? Because you wanna buy that very first truck cash, and there's a reason for this, all right? The reason behind that, buying that first truck cash, is that you're not having to pay that truck payment every month, all right? Because getting started with your own truck is hard enough. It's not like you're gonna get that truck and then go straight to work. It takes a few weeks to get going, all right? And especially if you're leasing onto a new company, it takes them a little bit of time to get to know you, all right? So it's gonna take them time to get to know how you run, what you're like, and what you're all about. So I say buying that first truck, cash money, that way you don't have to worry about a truck payment. The only thing you're having to worry about is taxes and insurance every year. And then there's no other better feeling than owning a truck outright and not having to owe a bank for it. Or if you, let's say you go out of business for a little bit, maybe you run out of work for a month, maybe it slows down. Instead of having that truck payment hanging over top of your head like this, you'll own that piece of equipment outright. All right, so if you do run out of work or you can't run it anymore, all you have to do is park it or sell it. So you need to have a plan. All right, and I recommend that everybody that gets into trucking, they have at least 3 months or 6 months would be better of an emergency fund for your personal expenses. So you need to be adding up a budget of how much you spend on, let's say, your bills, your car payment, your mortgage, everything like that. You need to bundle it up and find out exactly how much you're spending for the bare necessity. When I say bare necessities, I mean like barely eating ramen noodles. If things were to go real sour, you have enough money to sustain you for 3 to 6 months. And that should be into a different savings account. So guys, on top of having the 3 to 6 months of emergency funds saved up, you guys also need to be thinking about maintenance. The starting point for anybody to have on a maintenance fund is $2,000, okay? So you wanna have your emergency fund saved up for 3 to 6 months, but also have that $2,000 saved up in a different checking account for maintenance, okay? Because you guys are gonna be spending money every week on maintenance, whether that be lights, getting springs, leaf springs replaced, or gaskets, or glad hands, or seals, all kinds of different stuff, wheel seals. It all comes down to having a maintenance fund to make sure that you can pay for all that stuff so that you can continue to run. Because I tell you, there is no worse feeling in the world than being out away from home and something major breaking on your truck and you have no money to fix it, okay? I've been there, done that. It is not a fun experience whatsoever. And forget about getting loans. Everybody says that, oh, I'll just get a loan to fix the truck. Forget about that. You do not want to be taking loans out to fix a truck, okay? That is a bad, and it's a very bad mistake on your part if you guys are thinking that way. Do never, ever get a loan to fix a truck, okay? That is gonna hurt you in the end. The reason I say that being is because anybody that knows about loans, all right, getting loans, let's say the repair is $10,000. Whenever you get that loan, what happens is they're gonna tack interest onto that loan, okay? So every month you're paying interest, all right? So that interest rate over time, you're actually gonna end up spending maybe $15,000 or $20,000 for that repair, and that's not a very smart thing to do. The best thing for you guys to do is have that plan in place. That way that you have that maintenance fund readily available to you if something was to break on your truck. All right, guys, another thing that I strongly advocate anybody that's new to being an owner-operator is to have 3 accounts, 3 bank accounts, okay? And these are gonna be the bank accounts that you're going to need to have. Number 1 is gonna be your personal checking account, okay? I also would like you guys to try to get a savings account also, okay? It's always good to save money. All right, I talk about this over and over in my real estate videos and also my trucking videos, is that it's always good to put back some savings off of your personal money. Number 2 is you're gonna wanna have a checking account, and not a savings account, but a checking account for your maintenance fund. Okay, you guys are gonna wanna be putting money back every single week. All right, every time that you get a paycheck, you guys need to be putting money back, and we will talk about how much money that you're gonna need to be putting back every single week. The 3rd bank account that you're gonna wanna have is just a normal checking account for your business. Insurance, taxes, things like that is all gonna come out of this checking account. All right, so the reason I say you need 3 bank accounts, maybe that 4th one if you want a savings account for yourself, is because you wanna separate your money. Reason being is that every time that you get paid money, all of that money, you need to know exactly what that money is going toward. Every single dollar that you have has a job to do, all right? Everything that you make has a single job to do, whether that be towards fuel, whether that be for taxes, insurance. Every single dollar that is made on this truck has a job to do. You should always remember that when owning a truck, all right, you're not gonna be balling out. That's one thing that you gotta get out of your mind, okay? This is not a career that once I own my own trucks, my problems are solved, because I guarantee you that the more trucks that you own, the more problems that you're gonna have. All right, guys, and then the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about running a successful trucking business is having an expense plan set up, okay? All right, guys, so I made you guys a very interesting diagram to actually tell you or show you guys exactly what you guys should be putting away as far as your business expenses go, and come up with an expense plan. So I've already done the hard work for you, so this is what it should look like. All right, guys, one of the bigger expenses is going to be fuel, okay? This your fuel should not exceed 25% of what you make, okay? You guys need to do your best to keep this fuel cost down to 25% or less. All right, guys, the next thing we want to look at is a maintenance fund, okay?
Now I put 15% here, and 15% of every check that you make should be going towards a maintenance fund into a separate account. And guys, just look at this maintenance fund as like a savings account, okay? If you don't have to use this money at all, perfect. You're just saving extra money. All right, guys, so the next one we're gonna look at is the business account, okay? And this should be 30% of every single check. All right, so 30% of every check should be going into your business checking account. All right, guys, so the next one is going to be everybody's favorite, which is payroll. How much should we be spending on payroll? Your payroll should not exceed 30%. And this is if you own hundreds of trucks. Every big company that I know and everybody that I've worked for, if your payroll exceeds 30%, you're losing out on money and you're affecting your profit margins. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value from that video and a lot of information for all of my owner-operators out there and future owner-operators out there. Hopefully I can allow you guys the opportunity to get information that I have gathered over my time doing this to actually help you guys succeed in your businesses, all right? But don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my video, and then share my video with your friends and family or any other truck drivers that you know out there that needs a little bit of help understanding how to set up these systems and then set up this business so that they can be successful also. I appreciate every one of you guys, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.